Okay, this song is called Retreat, and I will play the whole thing for you so you hear what the whole thing sounds like first. Okay, so as you can see, this piece uses the pedal, but we'll put that in at the end. I'm going to start with the first line here, and each section will be a line. So you're going to, when the first line is perfect and I hear it and it's the way I want, then we'll add the second and the third and so on until we finish the piece. So let's start with line 1. This is middle C here. So you're working on the next 2 C's here. So you're in C position with finger 5 on C, finger 1 on C. And the first line starts like that. You're working with fingers 5 and 1 in both hands. So your 1 and 5, 5 and 1 and 1 and 5 is on C, G, C, G. That's your hand position. That's one of your hand positions. So we're going to do the first line first, and it's P, it's marked P, which means piano, which means soft. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's all it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you move your finger 5 and 1 to the one that's a step above that G. It's an A flat and an E flat. The middle one in the big house and the last one in the dog house. And then you do 1, 2, and you do the same thing here. The last one in the doghouse and the middle one in the big house down here. You're still above middle C. 1, 2, 3, 4. You still do the same thing you just did. Then you go back to your other position with 5 and 1 on C and G. Then you go back to the E flat, A flat, these 2 black keys, and you hit them all at the same time. And hold them for 4 beats. Make sure you always use finger 5 and 1, and make sure you give yourself plenty of time to move. So I'm going to play this whole line, and when you can play it exactly like this, and you're not making any mistakes, and you can play it without stopping, I'll listen to it and we'll pass you on to the next line. So C, G, C, G, and it's the C above middle C, the high C. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your hand down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your hand back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the whole first line. When that's ready, we'll go on to the second. So here is the second line. So you're going to be doing, you're going to be working with the same fingers. It's going to be exactly the same as it was before. The right hand, instead of being up here, is going to be here, and the left hand is going to be here. So your left hand is finger 5 on F and C, and it's the F above middle C. And the right hand is the same position, an octave higher, 8 notes higher. So F, C, 5, 1, 1, 5. So it's going to be between this position, and then you're going to move down so your top finger is on that middle black note, and your bottom finger will be on the bottom wall of the doghouse. And it'll be the same thing with the left hand. Okay? So these are your 2 positions for the right hand. It's F and C, and then these 2 black notes, D flat and A flat, so 5 and 1. So here's the entire second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move it. 1, 2, 3, move back, 3, move it again, hold at the same time, 3, 4. When those two lines are each perfect, then you want to do one right after the other and see if you can get them without stopping. Now we're going to do something really interesting and lovely. We're going to go back to the first position, the same position you were in line 1, but instead of playing these notes solid, we're going to play them broken, like a little waterfall, okay? So here you're back on C and G, the C above middle C. So 5, 1, the high C, 1, 5. And instead of doing this or this, you're going to do roll it down and roll it down and then you're going to move to the same ones you did in the first line, E flat and A flat, right? E flat and A flat. Then you're going to go back up to the C position. And then for this last chord, you're going to come together. Okay? So it's the same movement back and forth between chords as you had in line 1, except you're moving the notes a little bit different. Roll them down and roll them down. Really think about a waterfall or something beautiful, just maybe, you know, anything in nature that it makes you happy to think about. We'll just think about that. I see water, but you might see something different. So here is line 3. If it looks like this, if it sounds like this, and you have the right fingers and everything, then we can pass this. Ready? Now watch, I move my right hand right away so that it's ready. Hold, 2, 3, 4. When that's ready and it's perfect, I want you to work on all 3 lines. These first 3 lines, and you're going to do them, if you can do all these 3 without stopping, then we'll move forward to the last line. The last line is like the second line. You're on the same notes, the F and C, F and C. These are your notes, exactly the same, and then you will move to the A flat and D flat, the middle one in the big house and the bottom one in the dog house in both hands. And you're still above middle C, except that you're rolling it down, just like we did with the line 3. So line 4 looks like this. Then you get this over here. And then you just hit that C and hold it. So at the end, you can slow down a tiny bit. As you hear at the beginning of the video, you'll hear it slow down a tiny bit, and you just place that last note nicely. When you have that last line, then we can play the whole thing all together, and then we can add the pedal for that, and that's going to be lovely.